Mark, commiserations there, but feels like that game was defined by decisions at the end of the day.
Yeah, ridiculous decisions. I'm delighted with the performance. I mean, at 1-0 down with 10 men, we dominated the game, we did everything apart from turn good possession, good areas, particularly on the right-hand side, into a goal. Other than that, the sending off, which I'm convinced is never a sending off. The referees booked, Ben Hennigan for a fantastic tackle in the middle of the park. For me, it was all about decisions today.
How hard, Mark, personally, is that to take when you can't do things to affect these game plans seem to be going well and things like that can just come out of nowhere?
There's nothing you can do about it. What we can do though is we can look at that last third where we got into that area lots of times and we didn't turn it into a goal. So we've got to get better there. But as regards to the rest, I've got absolutely no complaints. I mean, even the third goal, Zach gets caught in the ball, but Zach was tired. In another game with not having to make the substitutions, probably at that stage of the game, 10 minutes before that, Zach would have come off and Jack would have went on. We couldn't do that. Zach was out on his legs and he got just too tired. But I was delighted what I saw in him. He's a good player, he's a strong player, and I think he contributed for a long time to a decent performance.
The 3-0 scoreline doesn't really reflect mumuch on the match. How do you feel that the boys went, especially going down to 10 men, like you say, they seemed to dominate the ball at points with them?
Yeah, I thought they were the best team at 10 men, but at 1-0. I have no complaints at all. I think we were sensible. We picked and chose our moments to get forward. We didn't just go with some sort of abandon. We defended with the half time, then we got back behind the ball. We took our time. I think we knew we had plenty of time left in the match to get a goal, and I was convinced we were going to get a goal given the way they were playing. But you can't legislate for going out to 10 men. 10 men, you're going to be at a disadvantage against a team like these.
Stephen Pearson came on, of course, after coming back. Difficult game to come into at 10 men, but good to see him back.
Set the tone, a couple of magnificent tackles, he showed his energy, getting up and down the park. He'll be a great asset again for us now that he's here, so we've got a lot to look forward to. I'm not disappointed with the performance. I'm gutted at the result, and I think the result no way reflects the nature of the game. We were more than as good as them today, and I think we did. Even at 10 men, we deserve something out of the game.
Of course, it's a weekend off now coming up. Mark, do you feel that that's a good thing or a bad thing in terms of getting back into things, or does that give a wee pause for?
Doesn't. It is what it is. You accentuate the positive. We've got time to practice in that last third. See if we can't start turning those good opportunities to get balls in and to get crosses in into goals. We've got to do better at that. So that's the one aspect of the game that we need to improve on that I saw today. But the 10 days, what can you say? We've got plenty of time. Piero can get fitter, Zach can get fitter. We can get other people maybe a game. Jacob Blythe maybe get a couple of games between now and the Aberdeen game. So we've got a lot going for us.
And just finally, Mark, I know it's early doors to discuss it, but is that the sort of thing you hope to appeal Carl's red card then?
Absolutely. I don't see why we shouldn't. I think we were convinced that Scotty McDonald's wasn't a red card, a straight red, and I'm still convinced of that. I don't care what anybody says. It was never a straight red in a million years. There was no intent. He was actually careful. He withdrew his foot. Carl's I've not seen up close, but from where I'm sitting, it's never a red card. All the players, Sammy right through, they're all convinced it's not a red card.
Thanks again, Mark. Cheers.